Hey YouTube, Mike here. How you all doing tonight? Alright, want to show you, I finished this ports, the 4-drawer, the one that I had the fiasco on, where I videoed the whole build but no audio, and I finished the 2-drawer. Went to Woodcrafters today to return the broken drawer and to pick up one more drawer, and also the 2 sustainers that I was waiting for, a sustainer 1 and a sustainer 2, to fill in the 2 drawers that I had vacant, came in. So I was in the area and I stopped by there. And while I was there, for the past 2 months, I've been beating around swapping out my 2 air nailers. I was doing some research on air nailers and everything was pointing to this Grex. It's kind of like the Festool of air nailers. So when I went in there today, I got a hold of the manager, Billy, who's extremely helpful when it comes to everything, of quite knowledgeable woodworker, and I kind of beat his brain on the system. And I purchased one. And what I ended up purchasing was the P635 pin nail, a headless pin. This one is the smallest one. It's 23 gauge. It will shoot 3/8 to 1 3/8 pins. They have one that will shoot from 3/8 to 2 inch, but I really use about 3/4 inch pins on mostly all of my builds. The tool comes in its own carrying case. It has the instruction sheet. It'll operate from 70 to 100 psi, and it needs 100 psi for hardwood. I was told that this thing will shoot molding into metal studs cleanly. Now, the other thing that I purchased was the FT 230.1. Now, I'll put all these links into the description. But basically what it is a guide that adjusts from around 2.5, 3 inches all the way up to 1/4 inch. And basically what it does is you get repeated shots into your wood. Now, with my slot car boxes I build, I'm using 1/4 inch plywood into 1/2 inch plywood. And with this guide system, you just set it the first time and you go right down around the whole circumference of the box, and your pin nails are perfect. So what I did was I set up this board. Basically, it's something that I can do my electrical work on the MFT table and not drop, all the little stuff down in the holes. And it's just something that will have 2 edges to push up against. I'll put a piece of rubber on it, and let's see how it works. And this is with the edge guide. So I have the edge guide set at about 3/8 inch. Wow, look at that. Can you see that? Quiet. Quiet as all get out. Okay. Pretty cool. So now, that's what I'm going to use it for. So I can work on top of it. Pretty nice. It was around $185 for the tool. Came with a little thing of tool oil also. And the edge guard was $24.99. The pins They come in small packs, but I really didn't look at them. But they come in packs of 10,000. And I think the 3/4 was around $12.99 or $9.99, somewhere around there. Okay, other thing is I built myself an extension cord with that quick lock system. I just went out and bought 20 feet of SJ cord and put a pretty heavy duty male end and then the quick lock end on it. And look at that, it works so good. Nice restraint. It's a 14 gauge, three conduit. You gotta cut it because it starts at the 18 to 20 gauge, then it gives you the 14 to 16, and then the 12 to 14 to cut it. But works out pretty good. I haven't used it yet, I just built it. The Ergo Nail, the thing I got last week. Guys, you know, if any of you older guys out there in the trade, if you're plumbers, electricians, AC guys, pool contractors, I use this every day so far, including today. Cleans up real nice. Had it outside in dirt, cleans up very nice. It is, like I said, you don't want to get up. If any of you are plumbers out there and know there's two things that I know I don't like, and that's working in front of underneath sinks and drinking fountains when we have to install the high-low handicap drinking fountains. And that was the first thing I used it on. Now to put these drinking fountains in, you're on your knees for about an hour. And it's a new installation, so you know, I lay a tarp down. I was kneeling on this thing for a good amount of time, and my knees, perfect. Next job I went to, had to put a garbage disposal in, kneeling in front of a sink, perfect. The other thing that I did was, we are a gas contractor, so we have to make up a lot of fittings, and a lot of times we have to make up fittings in place. And you use two wrenches, one holds back and the other one you make up. Well, I was pushing the wrench down, a 14-inch wrench, down into this while I was making up a fitting, and not one mark in this thing. It is well worth the $27. I'll add another link to that. It is very highly recommended for you guys in the trades, or even to buy for your shop if you're going to kneel down to do any type of work. Very, very nice knee pad. Okay, I want to turn you on to this guy. I found this guy. I've been actually watching his videos. He's from Sweden, and his name is Timothy Wilmots. His company called Benchwork. Young guy, probably 30 at the most. For starters, the guy is an unbelievable craftsman, and he has a shop to rival any shop. He uses all Feldler equipment. He has a 6 or 7 video build of a new shop on his family farm. He specializes in like high-end workbenches. It appears it's like watchmaker, jewelry, clockmaker, computer-style benches. Beautiful with exotic woods. Huge Festool fan. But he has this thing called an MFTC. And I'm going to bring it a little closer. It is the kind of like the Festool mobile cart on steroids. It was $8.40, 9-something euro, 54 pages of the entire build to build this thing. And when I was watching the video, I don't need the MFT table, but when we do a lot of tankless water heaters and we work in garages, and you know, I've been in this trade a lot, bending over, picking stuff up. We kind of make our own tables out of garbage pails. This thing would work great to put all our fittings. It holds 4 sustainers in a back part, and it kind of almost mirrors the Festool mobile cart with kind of like a 30-inch by 5-foot table that flips up, legs fall down, and there's a shelf. There's other things that he has, and there's extensions you could put. You can make an L, a U, a 4x8 thing, all mobile. But it'll work great for us. When we bring it into a garage, we can have everything we need to do the installation. We do have to saw some wood to mount the tanklesses on the wall, We may have to frame something out when we're venting it, but I'm going to build this thing, and I'm going to attempt to video it, hopefully with audio. And it's probably going to be a multiple part build, because it appears to be quite an experience. But his name is Timothy Wilmots, and it's Benchworks. He's got quite a few videos out there. I highly recommend him. He's very informative, doesn't do a lot of talking, but just watching what he does, you really get a lot of little tips from him. Okay, my next build this weekend is going to be a gaming table. My son and I play, he likes card games, you know, like Magic cards, and I play a game called X-Wing. If you're a Star Wars fan, they're miniature Star Wars ships, and you maneuver them around the table. And they're basically, you normally have to play on a table that's around 40 inches tall. And if you go onto my Instagram site, Michael Latronico, you can see tables that I've already built for a local game store called Big Daddy Games, which is right here in St. Augustine. I built one table that holds a 3 foot by 3 foot, and I'll kind of show you. I'm going to take this off the stand now because I'm going to just show you the. But these are the actual. Those are the mats. The two boxes are 3 foot by 3 foot, and the other mat is 3 foot by 6 foot for another game. And those will go on top of a table that you play on. So, but if you go on my Instagram site, you can actually see the tables that I built. And another one for all you Star Wars fans is a thing called a trench run. That's another table that I'm going to be building so we can bring it to other stores. It's 4 foot by 6 foot, and it mimics the last 15 minutes and 20 seconds of The New Hope, the movie, where Luke Skywalker blows up the Death Star. And it's a table with a trench in it, and it's like 300 sheets of paper that I Mod Podge to it, and it's like a 2.5 hour game. Very, very popular here in the Jacksonville area. So I'm going to be building that table next week. We just have had an influx of players, and last Wednesday we had 18 players play at a tournament, and we basically had to use other tables that they use to play cards on. So, okay, YouTube, again, I appreciate all the views of the video and all the likes and subscribes, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day, all. Bye-bye.